Today I will be explaining to you the four motivational theories of management. These theories include Theory X, Theory Y, the expectancy theory, and the equity theory. A big component in these theories is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and starting at the bottom of the pyramid, we have physiological, which is your basic needs like food, shelter, water, and from a company aspect, like your salary or base pay or whatever you have or need to survive. And then above that, we have safety, which is your safe working environment and your job security and overall your just secure spot in the company. And above that, we have social, which is feeling wanted by the company and feeling a sense of like you belong there and you need to be there and that you're part of the team with your coworkers and building relationships with them as well. And above that, we have esteem, which is your own self-respect and level of status in the company and where you feel you're at. And above that, we have self-actualization, which is your intellectual needs, fulfilling your potentials and achieving the target goals that you ultimately want to in your career. The first theory we have is Theory X. This theory was created by Douglas McGregor and according to thebr.com. It's typically used in bigger companies or corporations such as Apple or Ford, so multi-billion-dollar companies. This type of motivation boosts a very high output, has little to no faith in employees, involves a whole lot of micromanaging and supervising, really just watching every move they make. It's really focused on company success and not much else. Very low employee satisfaction, if I had to give my own personal opinion. It's very monetarily motivated, of course, and as you can see in this diagram over here, you have your manager and then there's four little workers and how he's staring at them and watching them work. Theory Y, this was also created by Douglas McGregor, and according to theivpanda.com, a company that uses this theory is Google. It's very trust-based, lots of employee satisfaction because of the employee freedom that they get. Really not much supervision used. It's really just kind of freelancing and really just letting the workers work. It can be not so great at times. It can cause management to be left on the short-handed end. It's very variably influenced. So that being said, if a worker's not working and lying to you, telling you that they are, then management's stuck having to clean up after them and really making a mess of the company. The equity theory, this was created by John Stacey Adams. The employee motivation is largely driven by fairness. So what this means is really you get out what you put into it. So that being said, it's a large balance of input and output. It's a very time-pursuing motivational strategy to most employees, considering that, they gotta put in the time and their input to get out. So as you can see in the little diagram down here, you have your input, outcome balance beam, and that shows that, if you balance the input and outcome is balanced always. It's used by very well-respected establishments such as the Hallmark Company, according to tsw.com. It is very conditional and can have adverse effects. So that means, if you have a very quote-unquote bad employee, doesn't put much in, so they don't get much out, they really cause a problem for the company. Or you could have a very good worker that puts a lot of input in and really gets to reap the benefit of working very well. The expectancy theory. This theory was created by Victor Vroom. It's a very positive feedback to employees that work hard because of the system that it goes off of is effort to performance to reward. So they learn that by putting in a lot of effort, leads to good performance, which also leads to ultimately their reward. This is mainly used in bigger companies and corporations with large chain of commands because people are trying to move their way up. So using this kind of expectancy theory really kind of boosts their workers' morale and overall just performance. And as you can see in this diagram, as I said earlier, it starts with effort and then ultimately leads into the workers' performance, which ultimately leads to their rewards. So this will, in turn, make them keep going and keep doing better and always trying to work hard. That was the last theory and wraps us up for today. These 4 theories of management, as you can see, how they are used in the world today.
5 minutes, 40 seconds.